All right, and here we are back at the Roller Dome. Back at the Roller Dome with the men's game coming up between the cross-promotion Gold Coast Rollers and the Ipswich Force, a very plucky Ipswich Force. And it should be an entertaining game, Tilb. We're very excited to watch this one as the team's warming up. And we come back to you after watching the Gold Coast Lady Rollers take down a very, very good Ipswich Force women's team led by Amanda Johnson, who poured in a very impressive 32 points tonight. And we rejoined the broadcast too with some breaking news that the Mackay Meteorettes have handed the Lady Spartans their first loss of the season. The Meteorettes getting the job done in Mackay tonight by 2 points over the Lady Spartans, and that's somewhat of a boil-over given that the Lady Spartans have not lost a game. Heidi Freeburn, who former Gold Coast roller, now playing for Mackay, poured in a big 24 points up there. And
played every minute too, big dog. So
40 minutes for Heidi Freeburn.
Do they go now to Rockhampton, or have they already played up there?
No, they played. The Lady Spartans played Rockhampton last night and won comfortably. And that's somewhat of a boil-over. And that actually makes the Lady Rollers win tonight all that more important, because although the Lady Spartans will remain on top of the ladder, getting that win at home over the Ipswich Force, you'll see some shuffling around of those top 5 or 6 teams, I'm sure, when the weekend's over.
That'll put the Meteorettes at 10-6. Lady Rollers now at 11-5, alongside the Ipswich Force, also at 11-5.
Logan Thunder getting the job done in Cairns, so they'll be 11-5. The ladder will probably look something like this. Districts on the top still. Rockhampton sitting there in second place at 12-3. You'll probably see the Logan Thunder will jump up to third after taking home the chocolates in both the games this weekend on the Northern double, and they'll be 11-5. And because they beat Townsville, that'll probably leapfrog them. And I'd probably say Townsville will be fourth, with the Lady Rollers coming in there at fifth, and then Ipswich Force maybe at 11-6 will be sixth. So some shuffling around of the teams at the top there. But we come to the men's game here in the Roller Dome, and very excited for this one to see our men's rollers, cross-promotion rollers, taking on the Ipswich Force. And I said this earlier in the women's game too, but I don't think this Ipswich Force men's team gets the credit it deserves for how well they are. On paper, they look a bit short-handed too, but let's not forget that the USC Rip City boys came in to the Roller Dome last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, I should say, and got the job done. And so this is a big game for the men's rollers, as Spencer Parker and Jared Eustace are introduced to the crowd. The Roller Dome, solid crowd in here for a Saturday night, and it's great to see the Gold Coast public getting out and supporting the Gold Coast basketball QBL program back here at the home of Gold Coast roller basketball, the Roller Dome out of Carrara. And the Rollers have a commanding record of 7 wins and 1 loss on this floor so far this year. And my tip is that will continue tonight, Till. But I don't think it's going to happen easy. I think the Ipswich Force are going to hang around. You've got the very, very versatile Kyle Harvey, the pride of Arkansas. he is one hell of a basketball player and has been tearing up the QBL for the past few years. But I think my prediction is still that the men's rollers will take this one and continue on their merry way as we storm into the playoffs. And I know that last win made President Jimmy Williams very, very happy. And hopefully that secured a home final for the Lady Rollers. Of course, pending other results. Exciting times here in Gold Coast basketball, and of course, none of it would be possible without our amazing sponsors. Obviously, Cross Promotions, the naming rights sponsor of the QBL program of Gold Coast basketball, Q-Scan Radiology Clinics, QEM, MG Southport, Unite Basketball, Dick Foss Dunn, Chartered Accountants, Legassic, makers of fine jewelry. They've been supporting Gold Coast basketball forever. Quality handrails. And let's not forget down in there, Sony, providing the equipment for us to get our stream on. So we've got 3 minutes to go and we'll be underway. We'll be underway here at the Roller Dome. Crowd solidly building, and I'm expecting fireworks till I think the Rollers really need to come out and stamp themselves as the team to beat in this game and send a message to the rest of the league that you do not want to be seeing that roller green come playoff time.
Yeah, well, it's going to come down to how they close out the game. Last week against Southwest, they really struggled to put them away in the fourth quarter. Same kind of thing against USC the week before. So it's a matter of playing 4 quarters, I think, for the Rollers tonight. If they can string the full 4 quarters together, like seems like the age-old cliche, but for the Rollers, they do go into slumps where they get very stagnant on offense, relying a lot on Spencer Parker's offense. So I'd like to see that ball move and play at a bit more of a higher tempo. They are obviously out without Petrie, still on the sideline with an injury, so it's not. They have the option to play small, they have the option to play fast, and they have the option to go deep into the bench. So if they can keep that tempo high, I think it's going to suit the style of play that the Gold Coast players have. It looks good when Spencer Parker's going downhill too. He can really finish.
I think he's one of the best, if not the best, slashing import in the QBL this season. And that's with all due respect to everyone else. Jared Jaberson comes to mind. But Spencer Parker has been, for the cross-promotion roles this year, he has been the cornerstone, the centerpiece of what they're doing, and has been the QBL player of the week a few times. You know, gave 41 to Townsville in a losing effort on a night where the Heat shot the ball, literally shot the lights out. So he's going to be a focal point, no doubt about it, for the Ipswich defense. But good luck guarding him. I wouldn't want to be out there trying to guard him.
No, I think they've got the same issue with Cole Harvey tonight too. So I think it'll be those two guys may, at the end of the night, cancel each other out. It's going to come down to the rest of the support crew and how they perform.
And
Good
so
to see Thalo Green have a good game. It'd be nice to see TJ get going too. Get a couple of nice putbacks and get that free throw extended jumper happening. He always looks confident shooting that one. And of course, Reece Martin, he'll do his thing. We know that. The guys coming off the bench, Eustace maybe Jays Morris gets a look tonight, and Jaden Tom.
As we get underway here. The Rollers with the tip. So starting for the Rollers as they head inside, and TJ with a strong finish there. We've got a foul called. Strong finish, so TJ will go to the line to try and score 3 the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, so they've taken Mick Conlon's advice there. Exactly what he drew up, I'm sure. And
Hello. Halo's in the middle of everything. I love it.
That ball alive. But I like that play for the Rollers. The cross screen, the away screen into the post. It's a good look for him. Oh, Reese almost got the steal there.
And that's a nice looking stroke right there.
Joshua Spears.
Josh Spears.
Nice looking shot.
Yeah, he kind of looks a bit like Ace Harding from back in the day. Shout out to Ace if you're watching the broadcast, mate. Oh, Reese getting caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Yeah, good cut. Good screen and roll there from Thalo. He just got a little bit deep. He loves that left hand. We all know that.
He does.
But he got a little bit tight underneath. But Reese doesn't want to pick up another one here. So sometimes you waste one of those early in the game. Nice spin, but that's too hot.
Too hard off the iron. The Rollers come away with the ball. LJ Rose. Spencer stepping into it. Thalo looking at a 3. Nice little dump off. Spencer with the left hand and one. You can hear the slap from up here. Doesn't get the call. And that gives the Rollers a 1-point lead. Probably a little unlucky there not to go to the line.
Kyle Harvey. See that first step. It just gets so much space for him.
And what do you know? Reese Martin playing defense. Who would have thought? Gives the ball to LJ Rose. He pulls the trigger. A little hard on the back iron, and Kyle Harvey cleans the glass. I think you just about bet your life that Kyle Harvey's probably going to have a double-double tonight, Tilp. I don't know if he's that guy's ever not had a double-double. Rollers 4, Ipswich Force 3. Spencer Parker pulls the trigger from downtown. Little
that's
hard.
Not strong enough.
No, bad pass there. And they don't want to be giving the Rollers a second chance. Strong drive there, Spencer.
Yeah, he's going to draw the foul on Jesse Gee, but this is the trap. Like they run that cross screen away. First play, get an and one for TJ, and we haven't seen it again. And it's been all one out since. So it's like they think it's too easy. As Ipswich now in a zone.
High pick and roll there. Finds Spencer Parker. Thalo exploring with that left hand. And he's fouled. We might see if we can get Ariana Moore up here. Get her in the commentary box and see if we can have a quick word with her.
He won't. Getting deep in the shot clock here for the Rollers. Nice move from LJ Rose.
LJ Rose on the baseline as we'll let Ariana Mora have some food. And then...
Oh, here goes Thalo. Oh.
Thalo cherry picking. And he pulls the trigger from the corner.
Oh, nice
friendly roll there. And as we get a layup there, it's now 8-3 as we get Ariana Mora here into the commentary box. We just wanted to have a quick word, Ariana. Great game out there tonight. 1 assist shy of a triple-double. Been on that triple-double watch for a couple of weeks now, but you've got to be happy with the way the team's playing. And moving forward, that's a big win. That might be enough to secure us a home final. How are you feeling out there?
Feeling pretty good about it. My team is a team, we just don't stop fighting. We had a big lead and we let them cut into it, but we just grinded it out, and I'm super proud of everyone.
Yeah, and it's really good to see you guys. The way you play, you pass the ball really well. Really good team performance. And that Ipswich Ipswich girls team, they've been on a bit of a hot streak. They took down the North Coast Seahawks last weekend and took care of Logan, I believe, too, on the Sunday. So that's a good win. How are you feeling about your chances in the playoffs as we move forward? You excited? Think you guys can go all the way?
We kind of just take it one game at a time, try not to look ahead, but we're definitely excited about it.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time, Ariana. We just thought we'd grab you and say a quick g'day, and hope everyone back home's tuning in, getting to see you play. And we love having you here, and thanks for coming out to the Gold Coast.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Ariana Mora there, the absolute beast for the Lady Rollers. One assist shy of a triple-double.
Some good action out there while that was going on too. Thalo Green with a finish deep in the shot clock, then a steal. Now he's at the line. It's all happening. 10-3. Rollers up. We got a timeout.
And what a surprise. Thalo Green doing a bit of everything. He has been a superstar for the Rollers this year. No doubt about it. And I'm liking what I'm seeing out there, Tilb. Ipswich coach giving his boys a bit of dressing down at the moment. He is not happy with the way that they have started the game. And as we come back, 6:33 to go in the first quarter. Rollers leading 10-3. And I like what I've seen from the Rollers so far, Till. What's your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, well, good intensity. They've forced a couple of things out of Ipswich, but like I said in the pre-game, it's a matter of maintaining that consistency and not having the little slump that allows the other team back in the game. So,
Hello. One too many Wheaties this morning off the back line on the first.
I'd love to see them just go to that cross screen a couple of times and get TJ going early. Like he's definitely a confident style player. That's a nice drive, and TJ definitely, yeah, that looked like it hit him right in the middle.
Who was that going down the lane there? That was Mitchell Poulin, is that how you say that? A little out of control. And great rotation there. He's definitely not from the flat earth, because there's no rotations on flat earth till. So yeah, Rollers with the ball.
If you say so. Oh, TJ. There you go. Let's get TJ going. I'm getting on that TJ vibe tonight.
I don't think there's going to be any rotations in Brooklyn either, because that's where Kyrie Irving's going to be playing this year.
Yeah. Look into it, dude. Oh, getting deep. How long, ref?
Oh.
Not long enough. That's too hot. Oh, nice follow. Hanging around. Alec Goodenough.
And credit the Ipswich Force for staying with it on that play. Spencer Parker exploring on the baseline. Nice little find. Oh, Reese. Veteran move. A little too hard off the iron. And Kyle Harvey exploring. Swing through there. Jesse Gee. Too hard. Big rebound.
Yeah, the offensive glass, a little bit of a problem at the moment for the Rollers.
Gold Coast saying Tommy Peasley calling that one. It looks like that one's going to go on Thalo. Was it? Thalo Green.
Good start there for Thalo, as he's going to get a rest, and Christian is also going to come in for Christian Salisic for Reese Martin.
So 5:10 to go. Rollers 12, Ipswich Force 5.
Yeah, that offensive glass, we need to find a body at Ipswich. They love a spin move. I think you may have been right about Flat Earth Society, because they've definitely got the spin cycle happening tonight. I think everyone on their team has at least tried that move once.
They've got the Rollers in more spins than a laundry mat.
Here we go. Get on that glass.
And that's something
Oh.
that Coach Mick Collins is definitely going to have to address.
Man,
You cannot give good teams extra shots. LJ Rose. That was beautiful.
yeah, he's always under control, LJ. Good body control. Able to ride the bump there. And that's Alec Goodney. That's that offensive. They are just dominating. And giving a little something on the putback there.
That was a
Number
big
42,
rebound
Mitchell
and a
Collins.
putback. The Rollers are definitely going to have to get a body on him. TJ can't buy one from the baseline. Rims out. And Ipswich come away with the ball. So it's 14-7, 4 minutes 13 to go.
He just knows how to put it in the hoop. Does Kyle Harvey, and as he rides the contact into the bank, and he's going to get a
Just
chance at a and one here. So Gallotta's going to come in here. One thing Gallotta is going to do is going to give them a lot of effort on the defensive end. Hopefully find a couple of those bodies that seem to be all over the glass at the moment, as it makes it a 4-point game with 4 minutes left in the first.
Kyle Harvey has got a beautiful stroke. That was nothing but the bottom of the net. Little 1-3-1 here. And Christian, that's a
his spot.
welcome sight for seeing him knock one down the corner. That'll do wonders for him. It's been a little off as Kyle Harvey showing his class, reminiscent of the one and only Brett Arnell rocking the spin cycle.
Oh, Christian.
Not shy.
Christian Salicic, he is definitely a streak shooter, and when it goes in, you just got to keep finding him until it misses.
Interesting
And here
that
goes that spin move again. And another 2 for Kyle Harvey. That's 6 points, and I think Mick's going to have to talk about this because that's too easy for Kyle Harvey. You don't want to get him going, or let him get going, I should say.
I think he's already going. Let's just have a quick look at the stats here. So I think Kyle Harvey is going to be a thorn in the Rollers' side this evening. No doubt about it. TJ with 6. I think these stats are wrong because they've only got Kyle Harvey having 3 points. I'm pretty sure he scored about 5 or 6 in the last couple of minutes. There we go, updated now. So Salicic with 6 leads the Rollers. TJ Jop with 6 as well. LJ Rose with 4. Kyle Harvey has 7 points, and he has been a focal point of the Ipswich offense.
All right, so let's see what Mick's got here. Old mate, floor sweeper. He's broken his only tool.
Oh, no.
I think they obviously gave Gallotta the task of coming in and trying to slow down Kyle Harvey, and Harvey's put 2 quick ones on him.
I like that from the perspective of he's got fouls to burn. Salicic open again. And the Ipswich Force falling asleep there. He's just hit 2 from the same spot.
Oh, LJ looking to shoot the gap there. Yeah, Christian, man, that's what I was saying. Like, just keep going to him. He is the kind of guy that rides off that positive. Oh, I thought Kyle was going to go up with that one. Oh, yeah, met at the top.
Oh!
The referee is not sure about what he's doing at the moment. And he's called Spencer on the arm.
Spencer probably has every right to feel
Might have caught the
very
elbow.
hardly done by there. That was great defense, Spencer Parker. I don't think there's very many people in the QBL that...
Well, sometimes you know when you're going to get blocked, and I think Kyle Harvey knew he was going to get blocked and just like threw his arm into a not a natural shooting motion.
In the hope that he was going to get the call.
He does have a good shooting motion. Oh, that one's short too. Oh, it's going everywhere.
So 2:52 to go here in this first quarter. Rollers with an 8-point lead. And the foul called. Matty Gallotta.
Yeah, good double there, but Tommy Peasley's called the foul on Jesse Gee, and it's going to send Gallotta to the line. Gallotta doesn't normally shoot.
So Matty G on the line for the Rollers. And he will get the user-friendly roll. Don't mind the pun. And a solid first quarter here for the Rollers. As we are joined in the commentary box by the one and only, the GM of Gold Coast Basketball, Joel McGuinness. And Joel, you've got to be happy to see the Lady Rollers take down a very talented Ipswich Force girls team, as we see Kane Bishop launch one from the top of the key. Hard off the iron, and the Rollers come away with it. Nice passing there.
Nice. Yeah, the boys are looking frisky, just like last week. Up and about, pushing the ball. In the half court, lots of ball movement. And everyone's been aggressive, so good start again.
You've got to be happy. Christian Salisic, 3 threes in this first quarter. And it's nice to see him get some go down. He has been in and around the mark for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And it's going to, I could see him really going off. Oh.
Yeah, I had to chuckle to myself every time he's hit a shot. I've looked up to the crowd for his dad. And John didn't move a muscle, mate.
Well, he's 100% at the moment. Great defense there. LJ Rose.
Ooh.
Matty Gallotta gets his first ever career block. Salisic in transition.
Yeah, Jaden.
Jaden with a big rebound. Oh!
Yeah, so boys, I wouldn't mind making a few comments on the girls' game that was before. Every time I see our Lady Rollers play, man, it's just a joy. They play really well-structured game. They play hard. They play smart. Ariana was awesome. She's really struggling with the referees. They were giving her absolutely no calls that whole second half, and she's let it get to her before. But I thought tonight she kept it within limits and kept going.
Well, we just had her up in the commentary box, Joel.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and we just had a chat to her, and she's excited about this Lady Rollers team. As Christian Salisic, no good from the baseline. And she unfortunately was 1 assist shy of a triple-double, racking up at 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. And I think that she's been on triple-double watch now for the last 2 or 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, she's been very close last couple of weeks. But obviously it's cool to get a triple-double, but if you're averaging like 9 rebounds, 9 assists for a couple of weeks, that's more impressive than just getting one-off triple-doubles, you know?
It is, and you might not know this, but the Mackay Meteorettes took down the Lady Spartans tonight.
Really?
To hand them their first loss of the season, 82-80. Heidi Freeburn had a massive game. She had 24 points.
Way to get it, Heidi.
And, yes, the Lady Spartans went down for the first time with their full team on the road. Admittedly, they played Rockhampton last night, but credit to the Mackay Meteorettes. And the top of that ladder now is a bit log-jammed. That was a big win because both Ipswich...
What's Mackay's record
and
as we speak, man?
Gold Coast are sitting on 11 wins and 5 losses.
Yeah, well, Gold Coast have 2 somewhat winnable games with Toowoomba and Gladstone, both weaker teams. So you'd think that the girls will finish with 5 losses of the season. But it's still, like, I'm pretty sure when I looked at it today, LJ, hey, just a little inside information. LJ Rose wearing a brand new Gold Coast basketball headband tonight. A little bit worried about that. You don't usually like to wear a fresh one. I know I certainly don't. Needs a couple of washes for it to sit nice on me.
I'm pretty sure that Andy the Chief Harrison has about 500 of those already in his collection. Shout out to Chief. God, Harvey. back on the line, but he can't make the first, and he's missed a couple in a row now. But going back to the lady rollers and the ladder there, Joel, big win tonight, because that gives the lady rollers, I believe, the split on Ipswich.
Yeah, well, they've beaten Ipswich both games now, so if they split with Ipswich and someone else, obviously those 2 wins will definitely help them get through. But,
so the ladder will look something like this. I think we talked about it earlier. The district's obviously going down, but they'll still be on top with only the 1 loss. Rockhampton comfortably second at 12-3, and then from 4 through to 6, you got a bit of a logjam. I think the Logan Thunder took down Townsville last night.
That was a big one. I think Abby Bishop was out for that.
She was.
You were a bit disappointed about that, big dog?
I was very disappointed that Abby Bishop was not there, but credit to the Logan Thunder girls, and then they've got taken care of business, I believe, tonight in Cairns as well. So going 2-0 on that northern road trip is no mean feat, and they'll probably end up third, I would think, after tonight on that ladder. And then you'll have probably the lady rollers maybe next. Christian Selicic in the corner. Eustace, big offensive rebound. And that's the end of the first quarter. So we come to a close. Rollers leading 31-16. You like what you're seeing so far, Joe?
Yeah, very nice from the boys. 31 points in a quarter. Shows how much the boys are pushing. Obviously making lots of threes. Be interesting, especially after last weekend's game, where after getting out to a big early lead, the Rollers pretty much shared buckets for 2 quarters after that. And then there was a big run at the end. So I don't think Coach Mick Conlon will be playing it soft at the moment. He'll be going to his go-to move. Fire up, boys!
I think Mick Conlon's got to be happy. It's been a big year for him.
How much do you want it?
It's been a big year for him. He got married just recently, and his Rollers are sitting up the top of the QBL ladder, and he's got to be very, very happy with the way his team is performing.
So on that note, boys, I'll throw it back to Tills. Might come in hot later on, all right?
All right, Joel, thank you so much for your time.
Can't wait. All right.
That is the always entertaining GM of Gold Coast Basketball, Joel McGuinness.
How much you paying this kid, man?
And as we roll into the second quarter, Tilby, what are your thoughts, mate? If you're the Ipswich coach, what are you saying to your team right now, mate?
Yeah, I think McGuinness was on the money there. It is a case where you got to play, even though you're up by, what are we up by? 15 at the moment. You've still got to play every minute and maintain the lead just for your own, your own flow, your own tempo, your own, all that stuff that means so much when you do come into the finals, and you do have to put teams away where it's a win or go home. It comes down to, like, Christian is going at the moment. Jaden Tom, nice work on the glass. I'd like to see TJ be a bit more of a focal point on the offense. Just try and get him moving and put the pressure on the Ipswich D at the basket instead of just relying on the threes. But we do need to stop Cole Harvey. He loves that spin move, so maybe we can read that, send a double. Oh, they're going to get away with an offensive.
Ooh, Alex McEwen, big call there. Jordan Spears is not happy with that call.
Yeah,
probably a little unlucky there. But nevertheless, an offensive foul.
And that's a third on Spears too, so he's probably going to get a...
That may hurt the Ipswich force down the line. As the Rollers with the ball, Reese Martin. Jaden Tom from the elbow.
Yeah, nice shot from Jaden. He's good from that range.
That is his spot, isn't it? I remember him cannon jumper after jumper on Robbie Manson's head in the inaugural ISL final for the very formidable Formia Flyers. Shout out to Toby and Chrissy Zaremba. And of course, the one and only GM of Gold Coast Basketball, Joel McGuinness, was the head coach. Not sure who else is on that team. Might have been a few
Josh
older
Barra.
guys.
What about, let's go to TJ again.
That was a massive flop.
Yeah, Reese sold that one pretty well there.
And I
Tommy
think-
Beasley.
I think young
Awarding
Kobe
him.
Robinson is going to get an absolute bath from Reese Martin tonight.
So no Jason Ralph. Is that what you were saying earlier? That
Yeah, he was hurt last week, and it appears he's not here. So TJ can't get the roll on that one. That definitely hurts Ipswich Force. He is one of the best point guards in the QBL.
Yeah, he does run a lot for that team, and nice boards there from Reese. Look to run there. Eustace, get up. Oh, went all the way under, but couldn't make it happen. And back come Ipswich.
All right, Kyle Harvey, tough runner.
Yeah, going away from the basket and
That was very tough.
still able to finish. So still yet an answer to Kyle Harvey's offense.
Was that a 2? He had his foot on the line. That's a 2. Rollers 35. Ipswich 18. Obviously, a big shout out to Kobe Robinson getting the user-friendly roll from the land of plenty. And no doubt he had a bit to say to Reese Martin at the end of that.
I'd say he might have just got on with it. You don't want to.
Reese a little strong on the reply. Kane Bishop comes down with the board. Good to see some of the Ipswich juniors out there. Kane Bishop in particular came through the ranks as an Ipswich junior and now playing QBL for his team. Nice pass, Christian Salisic. That was beautiful. Behind the back pass, and the lead has ballooned now to 16. And the Ipswich Force are in danger of being blown away here. As we see young Jays Morris coming off the bench, getting ready to check into the game. Jared Eustace pulls the trigger.
Yeah, good find from Christian there. Saw Eustace quite early and just made sure that the pass was on the money, and there is nothing better when you're a shooter than getting a good pass and allowing you to step in rhythm, and that's forced the timeout. We got a 19-point advantage to the Rollers.
Yes, the,
Ipswich something to talk about right now.
the Rollers are rolling, don't mind the pun. Rolling along quite nicely. And you would have to think that the Ipswich Force need to be very careful right now. There's still 7 minutes to go in this second quarter. They're down 19, and this is looking like it could get very ugly very quickly.
Well, one thing that could make it worse for Ipswich is that Spencer Parker was on the bench for the start of this quarter and is now checking in, so they've still yet to see the scoring onslaught from Spencer, and you know he's going to get his numbers up one way or another. Jays Morris checking in as well, and
Yeah, good to see the young fella out there.
good cut there, missed, but Kobe Robinson again, that one's going to be short.
He was not shy, and nor should he be. He hit one couple of possessions as they find Jared Eustace in the corner. And that is a high percentage shot for a player of the caliber of Jared Eustace.
Yeah, he's shooting the ball nicely. He's like not having to overshoot it, that's for sure, and it's coming out of his hand pretty smoothly at the moment.
Kane Bishop pulls the trigger. Oh, Kyle Harvey.
You don't want to give away easy ones. And that's what offensive rebounds are. And free throws are even easier.
Oh, he's struggled a little bit from the foul line tonight, Kyle Harvey. He's missed a few. makes no mistake on that one. And that cuts the lead to 19 as we see Kane Bishop checking out. And coming in for the Ipswich Force is Mitchell Pullen, who has been quite good on the offensive glass for the Ipswich team.
Yeah, the whole team.
So Rollers 43, Ipswich
Good
24.
find, Reese.
Reese
There's
Martin.
that screener just having to open up, Drewy. We talked about in the ladies' game.
We did.
Let it go. Spencer Parker wide open, but Eustace
Oh.
wants to do a little herky-jerky on him.
That was
Can't make
nice.
it, though.
Just could not quite get the finish.
Tommy Rodonicus, big rebound.
Let's not talk about the rugby. And unfortunately, the Queensland Maroons went down to the Blues for the second year in a row.
Yeah, this is a mismatch if I've ever seen one. But
Yeah, looks like Tommy Peasley trying to guard me out there. And Eustace goes down hard. And we've got a foul called. And checking into the game for the Ipswich Force is Cooper Ward. And Jordan Spears will sit down. Probably a good thing with those 3 fouls. He needs to be careful as Eustace makes the first. And it'd be nice to see the Rollers go on and put this game away and not give anyone a chance. Give the Force guys a chance to come back into the game. We've got a foul off the ball. Thalo. Probably a little bit too much body there, Tild.
yeah, it's got a little tangled up down there. Oh,
It's not like Thalo to get tangled.
Eustace don't want to gamble too much down there on D.
Ooh.
Whoa, get out of the way. Reese Martin just steamrolled there by Cooper Ward.
Yeah. If there was anyone else, I'd be worried, but I'm sure Reese Martin's been hit by a lot bigger blokes than him
Wow.
in the NBL.
Still doesn't make it feel any better. Far out. He did not even try and sidestep on that one.
But you wouldn't expect anything else from the veteran Reese Martin.
Bit of extended pressure here from Ipswich, trying to change something up to get the lead back down. It's at 18. Don't want to overplay Reese because that's easy money.
Yeah, the
Fine.
Rollers in command here right now. And it's going to be a long night for the Ipswich Force. As we see Kobe Robertson knock one down from outside. And that's good for him. He is not shy, Tilburn, and I like it. I like the young
well,
fella.
He missed a couple, so it's good to see him shoot that next one with confidence. So staying with it.
Eustace a little inside out. Jace Morris with a 3 in and out. Thalo draws a foul. Tommy Peasley's got someone, and that'll be, who was it? Cooper Ward picking up his first or second. He's got 2 quick ones.
Good work there from Thalo. He was outnumbered, but still able to come up with that offensive board, and he's going to get some free throws.
That's a veteran move there by Thalo Green. And he'll go to the line. A little hard on the
Third
first.
one that's hit the back of the iron. A little extra flick.
LJ Rose just giving him a little talking to there at the foul line. And whatever he said worked because Thalo knocks down the second.
You know what I think he said? Don't shoot it so far.
Where else would you want to be, Till, on a Saturday night
Hey,
here at the
buddy.
Roller Dome?
Nice steal. And
Oh, do you think Thalo's going to dunk this? Oh, no.
Whoa.
I think he had that one spent before he even
Yeah,
got
he
it.
was thinking between the legs. What am I going to do? Oh. No, a little bit a tough pass from Reese. They did a nice trap on Kyle. Harvey forcing the turnover.
So if you're the Ipswich Forge coach, how long do you? What are you addressing
They
at
love a
half
spin
time?
move, don't they? And that's a nice finish.
Yeah, he's done that a few times. Mitchell Pullen. That was very nice. Draws the foul. So it's
That's one way
49,
to mess with someone's flow.
29. And he makes
Can't
no
rattle.
mistake, though. So cuts the lead to 19.
So that
A little bit extended 2-2-1 here. Bit of pseudo pressure. Might not want to leave Jays Morris open in the corner, though. Oh, in and out. Thalo on the floor again. And there's another court burn to be attended to tomorrow for Mr. Green.
He'll have some remedy, no doubt.
You know, in talking to Thalo at the end of the game 2 weeks ago, he was telling me that he thinks he's going to go around one more time and retire.
Like that Daft Punk track.
And retire at the ripe old age of 42, which coincidentally is his number. He's 41, mate.
Oh, there you go, Jays. That's better.
Great drive there by Jays Morris.
He has that in his game. Sometimes you can fall a little bit, just settling for threes, where he has that athletic.
Oh, good save.
Oh, I thought he was going to
athletic
dunk that
advantage.
then.
Everyone got out of the way of Jaden Ferguson there and just said, have a layup if you don't mind.
Yeah, and it's back to a 17-point game now. The Rollers don't want to fall asleep here. They definitely want to keep playing. A little stagnant. Everyone kind of watching LJ.
Oh,
Reese kind of fumbles the ball, looks up, takes a look at the shot clock. Eustace into the lane, gets the foul. I think that's Cooper Ward again. That'll be his third. So he's picked up three quick ones in this quarter. And that'll send Jared Eustace to the line. Reese Martin's going to take a well-deserved break as we see TJ Jop rejoin the fray. Eustace has been very aggressive tonight, and I'm loving it. I feel like when him and Salicic in that attack mode, they just take the Rollers to a whole nother level.
well, we haven't seen any offense through Spencer Parker, and the Rollers are up by 19. And that's kind of what going into the finals they need to do. Spencer Parker's going to get a lot of focus on him at the defensive end, so it's up to those other guys like Eustace and Salicic to really step up and shoot the ball with confidence.
That
That's
is
just
a great point, Till. Christian Salicic looks like he's going to get pinged for a foul here. And he didn't look, he kind of gave Alex McEwen a bit of a funny look there. Like just to say, are you kidding me? But it's in the books.
Yeah, you've got to show your hands. Kyle Harvey curling off a double down there, and Christian just, that was never on, but TJ couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, Kyle Harvey has all the tricks, mate. I love watching him play. As they inbound the ball, and speak of the devil, as he rises up and hits a shot, and there's a foul called on TJ Job, and I think Kyle Harvey's going to go to the line to try and score three the old-fashioned way. Both teams in the bonus now.
Yeah, that's a silly foul from TJ. Just got there a little bit too late. Sometimes you got to pull your wrist back, not let the ref see any of that contact.
So Kyle Harvey makes a three throw. It's 53-37 to the Rollers. Oh, bullet pass by LJ. Thalo not quite there. The ball tumbles out of bounds. And it's good to see some of the young fellas like Gallotta and Jays Morris getting some extra tick. Thalo. That was good defense, just a little bit better offense. Nice little step back there, and it's back to 14 till. Want to be careful. We don't want to mess around.
Oh, there you go, Thalo Green. Nice catch and finish underneath the basket there.
Right on cue, Thalo. That's good defense. Long rebound, and LJ Rose tracks it down. A little bit of incidental contact. I think Thalo was trying to get position.
Yeah, Thalo saw that from about halfway. He just stopped and sealed and did a great little bit of salesmanship.
That's 3 on Mitchell Poulin too. So Ipswich force a little short-handed and then definitely in a little bit of foul trouble here in this first half. Thalo goes to the line, and whatever it is LJ Rose told him at the foul line before, it's worked, because that one was nothing but the bottom of the net. Oh, that one rims out. So with this a minute 15 to go in this first quarter, Kyle Harvey.
See the ball. It's always a good thing to keep an eye on the ball. And Christian was, they called a switch, but he wasn't ready for it. So Ipswich in a zone.
Shot clock winding down. LJ Rose exploring. Christian will step back. Oh, nice little dump to TJ. Great patience there on offense by the Rollers. Christian could have quite easily jacked that, and he didn't. And it resulted in a layup for TJ Jopp.
It's one of those things when your team starts counting down the shot clock. I'm not sure it's always a good thing to do. They think they're helping, but I think they just should probably keep quiet.
TJ got a run up there.
Oh, nice
That was
finish
nice.
there. Is that a Euro step?
That was
Half euro.
that was
That was somewhere in Northern Africa.
that was nice defense and better offense. Oh, and that's a foul.
Western Asian.
And that's a bad
That's
foul.
a Silk Road.
That's a Silk Road. That's a bad foul there by
Smooth,
Alex.
But it ain't in Europe.
Alec Goodney.
Still winning.
We're definitely having fun here on a Saturday night in the Roller Dome. LJ Rose knocks down a free throw. And there is 6.4 seconds left on the clock. LJ makes both. And Ipswich will probably have one final shot. Kyle Harvey exploring, and he gets a layup.
Wow, that's too easy for Kyle Harvey there. He's got to stop the ball.
He gets a layup. So as the kids storm the floor, we get into the half till with the Rollers leading the Ipswich Force by 15 points, 60 to 45.
Throw it in there.
And if you're Coach Mick Conlon, what's your points of emphasis at halftime too?
Well, Mick's got to be happy. They've definitely controlled the game so far.
Nice elimination.
And it's not, Kyle Harvey, he's got 21 points, but he's out there on his own, really. There's Ferguson has shown some nice patience and given a couple of moves down there as well, but really it is just the Kyle Harvey show for Ipswich, where it's quite a balanced attack for the Rollers, and like I said, we haven't seen the offense of Spencer Parker be called on yet, so there's definitely some offense left in the what do we got?
In the tank.
The barrel? What's my metaphor right now?
It's
No, I think Mick's got to be happy.
well, you would think leading 15 and Spencer Parker is not in your top scorers. That is actually a good sign for the Rollers. It means that they've got a well-balanced attack. As we go through some of the stats for you, Christian Salicic, he's got 11.
I might just expand on what you're saying there, Big Dog, because that's testament to the speed that the Rollers are playing at now. And that was the problem, I think, last week against Southwest. And it was definitely the problem the week before where they lost that overtime game against USC, was it? Yeah, they lost the pace of the game. And when you're up, you've got to control the tempo, and they've got the guards to do it. And I think the tempo for the Rollers is a little bit more up pace than they have been showing us in those previous games. So if they can keep the tempo up, it really opens the floor.
Every roller that's hit the floor tonight's notched something in the scorebook. And Jared Eustace leading all scorers for the Rollers with 13, and Christian Salicic with 11. And I reckon you would have got some pretty long odds that those two would be the top scorers for the Rollers. But as you've pointed out, Till, that just goes to show the depth and the parity of the Gold Coast men's cross-promotion Rollers this year, and at the moment comfortably accounting for the Ipswich Force. Thaler Green has 6, TJ Jop 8. Spencer Parker has 2 points still.
Well, there you go. And we're up by 15, so I think Spencer, he'll be well aware of that, and he'll look to be a little bit more aggressive. I did see he had a mismatch earlier in that, or not earlier, just in that second quarter there, and I think Eustace even said to him, "Mate, you had a mismatch there. Why don't you go to work?" And from what I could read, he said, "I'm trying to move the ball." So I think Spencer Parker is aware that right now, if everyone else gets going into the last few games in the season, that's going to help the Rollers out down the stretch.
Yeah, and in stark contrast, the Ipswich Force, Kyle Harvey has 23 points. The ever reliable Kyle Harvey, 9 for 14 from the floor, and no one else in double figures for the Ipswich Force. So that's pretty much the story of the game. It is only half time, and there's plenty of basketball to go in this contest. So as we go, District Spartans up by 2 against Mackay. Could that be a boil over? We also have the Logan Thunder and the Cairns Marlins going to battle up there in the north in Cairns. And at halftime, the Cairns Marlins leading the Logan Thunder 46-35. The Southwest Metro Pirates have travelled up the road, and they're taking on the Gladstone Port City Power tonight. So far in the men's game, the Southwest men comfortably accounting for Gladstone 58-39. And in the other game, up in Toowoomba, the Toowoomba Mountaineers and the Brisbane Capitals. Toowoomba giving a very good account of themselves so far, and it looks like the Capitals are only up by 8 in that game so far. So some good contests around the league tonight, and it definitely augurs well for the rest of the season, as there's quite the tussle going on up there in the Sunshine Coast. And I'm tipping the Phoenix to win that one, Till.
Oh, you got the Phoenix?
I think the Phoenix.
Yeah. I like USC. They're a good team. But
they are, but I just like the Phoenix. Robitaille's been spectacular for them. McAllister's been good. Massengar's been good. Fitzgerald's been good. And when they have those guys in the lineup, they are a very, very tough team. And of course, they took down the Townsville Heat last Saturday night.
Yeah, big win.
That was a big win for them. And then the Heat rolled on into Brisbane on the third game of a 3-game road trip and took down the undefeated Brisbane Capitals. So that just goes again to show you how quality that win was. And
well, speaking of quality, we've got the next generation of Harrison here. Miller Harrison, can you say hello to all of the 27 fans out there.
Hello.
All right. Here's one for you. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow.
That's pretty funny, isn't it?
You're going to laugh out of me, too. That was
Big Dog
great.
definitely loves that kind of humour.
I love it.
So are you enjoying the basketball tonight, girls?
Yes.
Why weren't you out there in the shootout? You could have won a Sony speaker. Look at those boys. Look how happy they are.
We want to do a dance-off.
Oh, dance off. Yeah, look at this. What about this guy? What do you think of our floor sweeper?
Do you think we should go join him?
You should go join him,
That is
definitely.
a great idea.
No.
Show us what you got. Are you excited for the second half?
Yes.
It's always good to ask questions that are yes and no, isn't it?
Who's your favourite roller?
Yeah, that's a good question. Who's your favourite roller?
I don't know yet. I don't know, but I think
Choose your favourite number.
13.
Oh, lucky number 13.
Yeah, 13.
All right. Well, we're about to get going. I've got to go and Miller's going to take over, she reckons, for the rest of this game. I'll go and do the dance-off then.
Oh.
Hello, welcome back to my Miller's Harrison show. It's a great day and we're watching the basketball. And number 24 is rocking it. This is my friend Mabel.
Maddie Gallotta.
And
Maddie
this is a
Gallotta, get us some
wonderful
love.
day. And watching these people is just amazing. And at the end of the show, me and Mabel will be dancing and doing a dance show. And we are going to, Joel is going to announce it.
Oh, there you go. Something,
Yes, we have got something to look forward
something to look forward to. Miller Harrison.
I'm in a different voice. I'm gonna be famous because this is really amazing being on YouTube right now. I mean, wow, this is so amazing. I can't believe it. My parents are down there, and then
we're getting
Lisa
away-
Harrison, Andy Harrison.
We're getting
and
away
me,
from Lisa
Miller
right
Harrison.
now.
This is a great job. My dad's angry. My dad's angry, so.
As we
Who
see
cares?
the one and only Andy the Chief Harrison making his way to the commentary
So
box.
the chief is walking up the stairs in emotive language. Bye.
All
See you
right.
later. I want 5 million subscribers. I need 5 million subscribers. Thank you. Bye.
Well, we're looking forward to
We
that
would
dance
love to have 5
Dad
million subscribers.
just got here in time, I think.
And he's not going to pay for this.
No, because you've got to know about basketball.
Why
No,
not?
we know about dancing.
I think that gymnastics.
So till obviously this wonderful QBL program could not be brought to you without all the help from the sponsors out there. So massive shout out going out to all our sponsors. Obviously Cross Promotions, the naming rights sponsor of the Gold Coast Rollers. Billy and Jackie, thank you so much for your support. Q-Scan Radiology Clinics, Huey MG Southport, Legassic Makers of Fine Jewelry, Dick Foss Dunn, Chartered Accountants, Sony, of course, not forgetting Sony providing all the gear for us, and all the other wonderful sponsors that help sponsor our QBL program. We've got the second half of basketball coming your way shortly as the Cross Promotion men's rollers lead the Ipswich Force 60-45. Well in control of this game. And you would want to believe that if the rollers do what they should do, they will come home in a canter. We'll be back with you in the second half shortly. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast.
Is that when she started talking? The analytics don't lie.
only watch the screen until it's finished.
All right, welcome back here to the Roller Dome. And we're about to get the second half underway. And very, very entertaining first half here. Good crowd has filed into the Roller Dome. And they were here early to see the cross promotion Lady Rollers take down the Ipswich Force women in what was a very important game too, because that now gives us the split on Ipswich, and with the same record, you would think that will go a long way to securing a home final here at the Roller Dome.
Yeah, an important game for the Lady Rollers, and I think it's going to be an important second half here for the Gold Coast men, just to prove to themselves that they can finish out a game strong and really put the nail in the coffin, or any one of those.
Put them to the sword. Game of Thrones reference?
Yeah. That's what I was searching for. Just win.
Just win.
Sometimes you just have to win the right way instead of scraping over the line. It's a lot. You can walk away from a game that you win feeling a bit down when another team really comes back and forces you into a scrappy finish. So I'd like to see them keep that tempo up. Look for LJ and Reese to really control the game here, and I think Spencer Parker's probably going to put on a few in this third quarter. And Thalo's had a nice game so far, but I'm going to stay on the TJ train. Hopefully TJ can see a couple more looks down there in the block. He's had his way really when he has got the ball, so.
And there's quite the tussle going on up in the Sunshine Coast at the moment. Phoenix and USC and Gold Coast own Toby Zaremba still running around in the QBL. Jaron Jameson having himself a whale of a game up there. He's got 24 points. As we get this second half underway here at the Roller Dome. As Reese Martin will kick things off for the Rollers here in the third quarter. And the ever reliable.
There's TJ. That's the one we want to see. They were a little bit out of sorts there, but we sorted it out, and TJ, like the start of the game, gets that look on the block.
Well, you called it, Till.
Well, I don't know why we can't just keep going there. Seems to work. Oh, nice steal from Spencer. Read that.
Great rotation there. He's definitely not from the flat earth.
Yeah, and he's
nice little
might
dish.
end up with it. Yeah, a nice look trying to find Thalo, but Spencer could probably just go and finish that one, I think, and Thalo would be on the glass either way. So
yeah, that could have been a nice big finish. Spencer Parker still out there plying his trade. Oh, Thalo with a nice little swing
gave him
through.
the left.
And clearly no one's read the scouting report on Thalo Green.
Thank you very much.
He's left-handed. He's only been in the QBL for about 20 years.
That's a nice walk-up three there from Jesse Gee. That's a bit easy, really.
Yeah, he had a nice release on that. Looking to go down to Thalo again. High pick and roll here with Spencer Parker, TJ rolling. Pick and roll here with LJ. Thalo rolls to the cup. Oh, Spencer Spencer Parker just hung in the air a bit longer than everyone else. And we've got Reese Martin here. What happened there? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Reese Martin looked like he was just playing defense. But, yeah, good patience from Spencer Parker. He knew the shot clock was running down. Didn't really force up the three. Got all the way to the hoop and still finished this. Reese took a fair old swipe at that one. TJ comes up with it off the miss. But like I said before, Rollers got the good touch in there to TJ. The next play they get a post feed to Thalo, and they've scored off both those plays. So
yeah, it's been a solid smorgasbord of all-around attack from the Gold Coast Rollers. Oh, Reese Martin. LJ pulls up behind the pick.
Oh no.
Short on the front iron. Two force players fighting over the ball, and Reese Martin, Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, Ipswich can ill afford those types of plays because they are down by 20 right now, and every one of them counts. Two guys had the ball, but
you know, Till, I think it's important for the Rollers to kick on here and really win this game comfortably. And just like that,
yeah,
we've got Alec Godnett hitting a three. But where I was going with that, Tilb, is it's important for the Rollers to really kick on and win this game comfortably. I think a couple of times this year they've allowed teams to come back into the game, and moving deep into the season and into the playoffs, that's not what you want to be doing with the top teams. Once you get them on the ropes, you want to put them away.
yeah, nice deep catch there for Thalo. Found by Reese Martin. Thalo had to go to his strong left hand and drew a crowd, and got some free throws. Oh, the second one short. Yeah, there's a couple of defensive breakdowns just at the start of this quarter. Oh, nice def that time from Reese. Staying with it.
Thalo working hard.
Oh,
Oh,
I like this. I like the tempo though. I think it's how the Rollers have to play. They've got so many scoring options. You just got to create as many chances as Spencer staying with it, and there goes TJ cleaning up.
That'll do. Back out to 20. Probably a little unlucky there for the Ipswich Force. As Gee a little strong on the back iron, and Thalo another big rebound.
Yeah, this is the time where they just got to keep pushing and keep that. Oh, that's a good look, but it got a poke away. That's the bounce pass you need to throw there. Yeah, a couple of breakdowns. You see the Gold Coast struggling to get back on D, but footwork call there on Alec Godney. Bails them out. You make a turnover, you just got to get back and find your player. They can't really lollygag.
There's a word I didn't expect you to use.
Lollygag.
I think my little
Where
niece
did that come from?
at my wedding probably gagged on a few lollies.
Oh,
She
good
was-
pass.
Oh,
And TJ Jop.
she was on a sugar high for about 2 weeks afterwards.
That is exactly the right. Oh, Spencer trying to keep it in there. Oh, Reese is going for a block. He wants to get one tonight, and I think he got a little bit of Kyle Harvey's head at that time.
And Reese is not
Sub.
happy. He's not happy with himself as Christian checks in. That'll be fourth on Reese, and that's why.
Yeah,
Still a
he
long
picked
way to
up
go
that
in this
early
game.
one that was a little bit of a question mark, but that one there was definitely a foul.
Kyle Harvey short on the first.
What about that finish from TJ Jop?
Oh, that was,
A little
yeah.
bit of extra sauce on that.
Yeah, there was some sauce on that. There was a lot of sauce. So,
But this right now, this is the time. We've got 6 minutes left in the third. It's the tempo of the game that is really helping the Rollers. So, oh, Spencer's suffering the Ariana Mora treatment at the moment. He's
Oh,
and he's
and
going
he's
to wear a tech too, so that doesn't help.
compounds it with a T, and I'd say Jaden Tom's checking in for Thalo right now. But
Yeah,
probably feels a little hard done by there, Thalo. I think that's the second time in about 4 weeks we've seen Thalo get teed up. Kyle Harvey makes the free throw.
so the Rollers up by 20.
Still a commanding lead for the Rollers. No doubt about it.
It is that tempo. They keep that pressure up, keep the D going, and try to extend here.
Yeah. I feel
Oh,
like,
nice.
oh, that was tough. That was great defense and just better offense. Kyle
Yeah.
Harvey
Spot on.
was a tough finish over a long defender. Spencer Parker gives up the three. Great passing by the Rollers. LJ mismatch in the corner. He'll step back a little long. And Kyle Harvey compounds it by pushing.
The boys with a little words for each other there. Christian was very unhappy with the treatment. I don't know what exactly his problem was. He does have the call, so I think it's going against Kyle Harvey.
And that is definitely a win for the Rollers. Kyle Harvey probably a little unlucky competing.
Everyone's a little bit confused at the moment. Yeah, it is a foul. Oh no, sorry, 14 on the shot clock. So no possession for Ipswich there.
So they inbound the ball. Spencer Parker.
Oh, LJ was out. I could see that from up here.
Oh, that's a coach killer right
Yeah,
there.
Mick Conlon's going to take a timeout. He is not happy about that.
And Mick Conlon.
It's just the sleepiness that they suffer.
You know what? I like this. I know you're up 18. You're cruising. But it's not about that right now for the Rollers. He needs to get into them right now, and it's exactly what he is doing. And I think that is a great coaching move right there, because the last thing you want to do is give these guys a sniff. And as we talked about earlier, there's been a few games this year where the Rollers have been in command and just kind of let things slip till, and you know, you don't want to drop a game like this to a team that on paper you should beat comfortably. And so far it has been all the Rollers. But this is, I believe, the weak spot for them right now. And this is where I said before, I want to see them extend and put the Force away by 30 or 35. And I think if they start doing that, they'll be a real force come playoff time.
Yeah, well, it's pretty obvious that Mick is very much clued into the same thought process, Big Dog, because he was quite animated in that timeout. A sloppy turnover for the Rollers. You may say, what's the big deal? You're up by 20, but that has been the problem. It is that taking the foot off the gas and allowing teams back into it. So he's just trying to nip that in the is it the butt or the bud?
On the bud, I believe.
So then if you nip the bud, then you get a couple more sprouts. You know, the tree starts growing in a few different ways instead of.
And let's not forget,
it makes sense.
Let's not forget Mick Conlon actually coached the Ipswich Force for a couple of years.
Yeah, he was
not that long ago, and I believe Kyle Harvey was playing up there then. So he knows all too well how good Kyle Harvey is, and he has been absolute class in this game so far. Really shouldering a lion's share of the load with 27 points. I think the Ipswich Force are really missing Jason Ralph. I think he would be another addition to this team that gives them another edge. makes him another shooter, another floor general. And he's a big loss for them. And I'm not really sure what the issue is, but I hope we get to see him back on a QBL floor soon.
Well, Joshua Spears came out and hit the first three and then picked up those early fouls, and he hasn't seen much time, and we've got a stoppage here for some reason. Something wrong with the scoreboard, so...
Well, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt there's nothing wrong with our scoreboard tonight.
Maybe they could use ours.
And we're going to have an official's timeout. Not really sure what's going on here. But let's go and have a look at some of the other scores around the QBL tonight. As we have up on the sunny coast, we've got a battle royale going on for supremacy up there as USC Rip City currently holding a 6-point advantage over the Sunshine Coast Phoenix, 71-65. Big game up there for Jared Jameson. Bradley chiming in with 19-2. Looks like we're going to go back underway here. There's 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Rollers leading by 18. As a little short on the back end there. And Kyle Harvey's picked up another foul. Is that going to put the Rollers in the bonus? I think it might. Are we going to walk the other end of the floor? That's the fourth on Kyle Harvey. No, we're not going to quite be in the bonus. We got one more. So Kyle Harvey with 4 is really going to have to be careful. And an offensive foul has been called here on TJ. Looks like it might have been a little incidental contact. And it looks like Alec Godinet has come off second best there. As TJ is going to come off, and you're going to see Jared Eustace checking into the game. As we see the Ipswich Force down 18, 4 minutes 30 to go. Kyle Harvey exploring a runner. That's tough. But he's been doing that in the QBL for a very long time. They find Jared Eustace in the corner, and he stepped out. So another turnover. And this cannot make Mick Collin feel good at the moment. Back to 16.
Spin move.
Oh, trouble.
The counter.
Tommy Peasley was having none of that. As Mitchell Pullen looked good, just took an extra step.
Yeah, a little fakey on the spin move. Can only go so far.
And that means the Rollers will have the ball with roughly 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Pick and roll on the corner. LJ Rose exploring on the baseline. Kane Bishop doing a great job moving his feet. Spencer Parker, shot clock running down. One dribble pull up. Kyle Harvey with another rebound.
Loves that spin move, and there's another 2 for Kyle Harvey. Thank you very much.
Just like that, mate, we got a 14-point game. Oh, Spencer Parker drops it back. Jaden Tom. He has been absolutely money from those little 10, 12-footers the last 4 weeks, ever since he came back from the US. Had a week off. Kobe Robinson, not shy, too strong, and Eustace with the rebound.
Keep your head up.
Good passing there. Rollers. Spencer exploring to the baseline. Too strong, and Ipswich come away with the ball. Kyle Harvey. Oh, nice hands there by Jaden Tom.
Yeah, good work from Jaden there. See if we can reward him at the other end. And kick out.
Nice little pump fake by Eustace.
Oh, hello, Jared Eustace with the right hand reverse off the right foot. Thank you.
I love his game. He is So versatile. Solid size. He's a good 6'7".
That's short.
And,
Jaden's leaked out here.
you actually got to wonder if there's any NBL squads who'd be interested in the young Jared Eustace. What do you think, Till? Is he NBL material?
Yeah, that's a good question. He definitely has the height. It's probably one of those things where, that the next level step up is often a case of whether you can actually guard your opponent. And there are a lot of guys that can score the ball, but you've got to be able to prove yourself at the defensive end. So I think maybe that's the step that Jared has to make, is at the defensive end, because he definitely has the tools at the offensive end.
Probably needs to put on a little bit of size too. But I definitely think that if he keeps tracking, I don't know how old he is. What is he, 21?
Oh, you've caught me out there. You might have to call up Mr. Google for that one. There goes Christian in his spot. Oh, that rim's out.
Jaden, big offensive rebounds. Rollers just need a steadying basket here. Been a little discombobulated.
Yeah, it's definitely dried up. Nice.
Find
look from
Jays
LJ.
Morris as he drives baseline. Oh.
And we're going to run out of time here. Yeah, no, LJ found Jays. Jays, it's one of those ones you just got to shoot that. He thought he might have got the drive, but it never opened up for him. And
yeah, he definitely should have shot that one.
we've got minute 30 left here in the third quarter, so a couple of bad possessions. Well, not bad possessions, but empty possessions for the Rollers.
Salisic pulls in the rebound and out exploring on the break. And he's going to get rewarded with 2 shots here as they get, who was that foul on? Number 5.
Ferguson, I think his name is.
Ferguson. Foul on him. Is that going to send Christian to the line? Both teams in the bonus.
No, a good game so far from Christian. He's playing with a good mindset, looking to be aggressive, and he's come in ready to play. So same with Eustace. They've both played well tonight. They've kind of carried the Rollers through stages. So
that is
good work
great
by the boys, and he knocks down the pair.
That is a great thing for the Rollers moving further as we get closer to the playoffs. To see those guys who, to be fair, Christian's had a few off weeks. Probably wasn't until the boys went up north that he kind of got his mojo back. And it's great to see him come out in that first quarter and knock down 3 big threes and really be who he is. And if those guys are playing like that, the Rollers are going to be one hell of a team to beat. So a minute to go in this third quarter. Rollers well in command, up 20. Eustace. Oh, that was pretty.
Yeah, that's another great finish at the basket there from Jared Eustace. Shot clock running down.
McGee with a
good answer
turnaround. Nice answer there. And the Ipswich Force have really given a good account of themselves. I think they're just probably a little undermanned. Missing Jason Ralph. And obviously, Rollers shooting the ball pretty well. Nice little step back. Oh, Eustace. Jared
Give me
Eustace. Just
I want the last shot.
like taking candy from a baby.
Oh, he's going to go all the way. Oh, showed a little bit
Finds
of the...
Jays in the corner.
Oh, that would have been nice if it went down, but good sequence there to finish the quarter and keep that 20-point lead for the Rollers.
And so with 1 quarter to go, Till, we have a 20-point game. And the Ipswich Force with it all to do in this final quarter. And again, I think Coach Conlon's got to be happy that the Rollers kept the lead out there. They kind of stumbled halfway through that quarter. He called a timeout, got stuck into them, and they pushed it back out to 20. And that's, like I said, you don't want to be giving good teams a sniff. epic tussles going on around the league tonight. The USC Rip City holding a 4-point advantage on the Sunshine Coast Phoenix. Mackay and Districts are going at it. And it looks like Districts have a 1-point lead. Am I reading that right? No. Sorry, Mackay have a 4-point lead now. They just scored. Must hit a 3. So good account there for the Districts in Mackay. Logan Thunder and the Marlins. The Marlins with a 17-point lead at the moment. Southwest Metro giving it to the Gladstone Port City Power by 20. And the Brisbane Capitals up 12, or 13 I should say, against the Toowoomba Mountaineers up the range. And you'd want to think that the Brisbane Capitals go on to win that one. So some good games around the QBL, and if you haven't got down here and seen one of these Rollers games live, I would thoroughly recommend it. Good crowd here at the Roller Dome tonight, Till. And they were here early to see the Lady Rollers take the chocolates against the Ipswich Force. And with 1 quarter to go, it's looking like the men's team is going to do exactly that. What's your thoughts on the final quarter here, Till?
Yeah, well, I've liked what I've seen from Salisic and Eustace tonight, so that's a definitely positive sign. They've kind of had Ipswich's number, but they've still got to hold them out for another quarter. Got to stop this guy. Cole Harvey is...
Jaden Tom says no.
The big, don't argue there.
So get underway.
As Reese looks to set him up here, I think. A little bit confused.
Spencer Parker exploring. Eustace for 3.
Oh, wow. Eustace is the hot hand right now.
Jared Eustace has been spectacular for the Rollers tonight. As a Force can't buy that one. Eustace with the rebound. He's everywhere. Pull up. Oh, I think the roof would have come off it here. Hit that.
He looked confident shooting that one.
It was a little flat.
Yeah.
As Ipswich can't buy that one. We got an alley here.
Oh, hello. Jaden Tom with a little something for the crowd. Finishing off the ute there, the TSS teammates from back in the day, showing
Salisic into Jaden Tom.
Showing them how they finish on
nice
the break.
little split there through the middle.
Oh,
Mitchell pulled on the offensive rebound, and he's going to get fouled.
I think they might talk about an unsportsmanlike foul here, no?
14, that's on Jaden Tom. And that'll be his second foul. And 8:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. User-friendly roll there as the Ipswich Force make the free throw. Mitchell Putin doesn't get the second. And the Rollers in command here, 86-62. Nice little dime there by Reese Martin. Salisic exploring. Rollers passing the ball well. That'll be a foul on Kane Bishop. And it'll be good to see the Rollers take home the win here. Salisic from the 45, and he drills another 3. It's been all the Gold Coast Rollers. And that's got to make President Jimmy Williams a very happy man tonight. Jaden, a little too much body there. And floor is a bit damp. Just want to make sure they get up all those beads of sweat.
That perspiration off the floor.
Mop kid. Where's Mop Kid gone?
Yeah, Mop Kid's out practicing his dance move.
He's gassed out too early.
That's what happens when you go hard the first quarter. So 7:15 to go in the game. Rollers up 89-62. Eustace exploring. Oh, I thought he was going to yak that then. Didn't quite get the roll. And, oh. Oh. And as we see the one and only Gold Coast GM Joel McGuinness rejoining us in the commentary box, and he is grinning like a Cheshire cat the way the Rollers are playing right now. How are you feeling, Joel?
4 from 4 today, big dog. SPL clean sweep, QBL clean sweep. Pretty happy with that, mate?
You have got to be happy with that, Joel. That is exciting times. And there's a carry called there on.
Oh, listen, you got to be impressed with the re-emergence of Jaden Tom over the last 3 games. Become a massive factor defensively and making his short range. I saw today he was shooting 70% for the season at the moment.
That's got to be in the upper echelon of field goal percentage for the QBL.
Here we go.
Oh,
good whistle.
Just like that, Jaden on cue misses a 5-footer.
No, he's been excellent. Christian obviously hitting everything tonight. Really bump up his season average.
Yeah, it's nice to see Christian see some shots go down. I'm sure he is happy with that. He's been in and around the mark for a few weeks and just couldn't quite get the user roll, but they're going in for him tonight. Oh, okay.
Oh, and the crowd gets up for Harry Kerr checking in.
The 2019 Green Dog president, Harry Kerr, checking into the game, taking out Jared Eustace. Big shout out going out to all the Green Dog family out there.
Yeah, it's good to see Harry getting some burn.
Is that Kyle Harvey?
Played well today for SPL, and it was an ugly game actually, the SPL, but they got up.
Yeah,
Eustace has been nice, man. Real swagger out there too, man.
Well, Spencer Parker had 2 points at halftime, and the Rollers were up 20, so that tells you all you need to know about the game out there. As the Harry Kerr fan club erupts, as some defense causes a turnover. Excited to see him out on the floor. How do you think Coach Mick Collins feeling right now, Joel?
I reckon. Good job, Spencer. Well, his body language looks like he's still a little concerned.
I'm concerned if he flexes anymore, he might rip his shirt.
Yeah, no, he's got to be happy with this, man, especially with Spencer having a quiet game.
And just like that, Spencer Parker on cue with an and one. And I was saying before, Joel, I wanted to see the Rollers do exactly what they're doing, which was kick on and win this game by 30 plus.
Yeah, they haven't done that all season. It's definitely been something we've discussed before, the inability to put away teams. And this is the first time they've really done it. Ipswich obviously a little bit down on troops tonight. but I'm very satisfied with this one.
Yeah, I did point out that Jason Ralph is on the bench. I don't know what's going on with him. He didn't play last week either. And he's obviously a big part of this. Kyle Harvey.
How many turnarounds are Ipswich going to shoot tonight? Rolling.
I think Brett Arnell's been up there teaching him the spin cycle. Big shout out to Smooth if you're watching, mate. But they have been nice, particularly Kyle Harvey. He's got to be well into the 30s now. And the Harry Kerr fan club erupts as we got a foul, and it looks like the Green Dog president's going to go to the line for a couple.
Oh, he's splitting these.
And
here we go.
He makes the first.
Job, Harry. Oh, he's up and about now.
And just like that, the Rollers have hit triple figures. And this got ugly real quick. I think it can't be too long before Mick Conlon clears the bench, takes his starters out. You don't want to see anyone getting hurt. Kobe Robinson from the top of the key. And Harry Kerr with a big rebound. Salisic from the corner.
Oh. Save some of them for down the next couple of games. Thanks, Christian.
And Ipswich cannot reply off the front of the rim.
Well, anyway, boys, just want to say great job tonight. We'll be back here next Saturday against Toowoomba, last home game of the season. With the win tonight, that guarantees the Rollers a top 3 finish. So that means a home quarter-final for the boys coming up.
That's exciting. It's going to be a while since the Rollers have had a home quarter-final.
Yeah, it has been a while.
And
so,
you've got to credit Mick Conlon and the boys for getting the job done. That's exciting. And the Lady Rollers too.
Yeah, massive Lady Rollers tonight.
That was a big win for them, and they are in the running. If they can close out the season.
Another one for Christian.
Oh, in and out. Kate Bishop with a rebound. And Kyle Harvey, stop and pop.
All right, good job. I'll throw it back to Tills, boys. Good job.
I think Kyle Harvey's got to be up close to 40 points right now. 35 he has. Actually, it's probably 37. Jays Morris, too strong on the back iron. Fine Kobe Robinson, 2 dribble pull up. Sort of bobbled the ball there and it went in. The Rollers 103, Ipswich 70. I'm surprised Spencer Parker's still out there. Maybe he just wants to play, get a bit of flow. But I think it's a great sign when your superstar import has a bit of a quieter night and you can win by 30. And then Nathan Rubrick checking into the game for Jaden Tom. And you can put this one in the books with 2:36 to go, Till. And like Joel said, we will be back here next Saturday night as the Gold Coast Cross Promotion men's and lady rollers take on the Toowoomba Mountaineers. And what should be an exciting finish to the season as we roll into the playoffs. And I would not want to be seeing that Rollers green if I was any of the other.
Good take there, Harry Kerr. Nice little finish. Crowd loves that one.
Of course, we've got to give a massive shout out to all the sponsors, particularly Cross Promotions, the naming rights sponsor of the QBL, of the Gold Coast Rollers. And without their help, this program would not be as good as it is. Obviously, Q-Scan Radiology Clinics, Legasic, makers of fine jewelry. Spencer Parker wide open on the 3. And this is now purely percentages.
Yeah, it's all gravy for the Rollers.
Oh, Cade Bishop with a spin.
Yet,
Spin moves up
yet
there.
another spin move for the Ipswich Force.
I'm dizzy. We've been spinning so much too. Nice gather, Jace Morris. Rollers really pouring it on here. It's now out to 40, and this is exactly the type of win against the plucky Ipswich Force team that the Rollers need going into the playoffs. Nice shot there, Jaden Ferguson. That was nothing with the bottom of the net.
Yeah, he's had a nice game, a solid game, but Spencer Parker ain't going to take the foot off the gas right now. He's just going to keep pushing their head in the sand.
So Spencer Parker to the line. Hugh will one more, and he'll add the extra point to get 3 the old-fashioned way. And as we pointed out earlier, guys, next Saturday night, nice little dime there. Kane Bishop with the finish. Next Saturday night, the cross promotion Rollers taking on the Toowoomba Mountaineers. It's got another foul here. That was Jesse Gee getting a foul. Got caught with his hands in a cookie jar. So Till, what do you think, mate? How far can this Rollers outfit go?
Well, they've shown signs this year that they can definitely compete and take it to the top teams. I think up in Townsville, they really put it to Townsville. Townsville had the answers on their home floor.
Shot the absolute lights out in that game.
And I think the same kind of could be said for the Brisbane game. It was like a 3-minute period in the second quarter where Brisbane just probably had a 12-0 run on the Rollers, and kind of that was it for the Rollers that night. And you know, you tidy up those things and you're in the game. Guys like Reece Martin, Spencer Parker, Petrie comes back. You know, they're all big game players. They've been around. They know what to do. So yeah, it'll be very interesting if the Rollers can, you know, like they are doing it tonight, is put on a full 40-minute performance. They're really going to test a lot of teams, and I think they match up pretty well with Brisbane. If Brisbane are someone they face before they even get to the finals, I think they won't be too worried about that. So yeah, it's
well, the Brisbane Capitals have definitely been the yardstick for the QBL men's league this year. Jason Cadee obviously leading the charge there. Will Magnay. They have been very much the team to beat.
So with that, I think every roller that's seen the floor tonight has put one through the hoop. So that just
shows you what kind of game it's been here.
Christian trying to drag it out a bit longer. He didn't like the getting back down at the end of the game there. And he still wants to have a conversation. You're up by 38 points.
That's that competitor in him.
You put the gun back in the holster and you say, see you next time, I think.
Well, this is all academic now.
Wasting brownie points there.
So the Rollers are going to win comfortably on their home floor against the plucky Ipswich Force team, who were in the game for a long time, but the Rollers just kind of blew it away.
Oh,
come
on.
Oh, Tommy Peasley has seen something he didn't like there. He might have even seen his fantasy basketball team.
Stay just a little
because he certainly didn't like his fantasy basketball team this year. I gave him an absolute pasting in the Bling Bling League.
Win, Foster won. What are you talking about?
Shout out to the GOAT. Mowing me down in the last week. It's Kane
Goat
Bishop.
had something more important to do, obviously. Him and the Rat King.
Sit-ups.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
Some
he
lean
didn't work.
protein and some sit-ups.
I'm pretty sure he didn't work for a week leading into the last week of fantasy. But credit to him.
Oh, that's an unnecessary
Oh.
foul.
Crowd get their money's worth here.
Oh, that's
Madison Rupert
questionable.
getting his money, value for money. Kane Bishop is going to feel that one tomorrow. And so with the Ipswich Force with the ball. And that'll do it. Kyle Harvey runs that one down. Spencer Parker gets the rebound. And the Gold Coast cross promotion Rollers will take the chocolates in this one, 115 to 81. Comfortable win for the Rollers. A good all-round performance. And as you pointed out, Till, every Gold Coast Roller logging a point tonight in what could only be called a comprehensive performance. A good team performance all around. And
Comprehensive.
and definitely fortifies their position in the ladder.
Fortitude.
And no doubt, with the prospect of Anthony Petrie returning and the Rollers displaying that kind of form, they have got to be a threat this year in the QBL. No doubt about it.
That was done all tonight without the without any of their big guns, really. So, and that's Christian Salisic came out hot. Eustace playing with a real confident swagger out there, and that was good to see. And then Jays Morris, everyone was able to contribute off the back of that good tempo that they set.
And so after Spencer Parker only had 2 points at halftime, he ends the game as the leading scorer for the Gold Coast Rollers with 22. Jared Eustace with 20.
On 7-11 too.
Salisic 19. Great to see him break out and have that kind of performance. And pretty much everyone in the Rollers getting in on the score here.
Yeah, TJ with 12. Thalo was active. He got 9. How many boards did Thalo end up with?
Thalo's got 5 rebounds. Spencer Parker with 7. TJ Chop with 6. Eustace with 5. And just a good all-round performance. And for the Ipswich Force, obviously Kyle Harvey shouldering a massive load for them. He finished one shy of a 40-point game. He had 39.
Yeah, he's a player.
He can ball 39 and 10. I told you could bet your house on him having a double-double. No one else.
I was never going to do that.
No one else really.
Never pretend to be a gambler.
Ferguson, the only other Force player in double figures with 11. And it was all Gold Coast Rollers tonight. And not forgetting the Lady Rollers taking home the chocolates too.